forgot. May the 4th be with you.
Why do you think I said hello there? Hello there.
We're filming this on May 4th. It's not coming out on May 4th, so that might be a little bit confusing. But today, it's the 4th.
Anyway.
Something honking outside. Yeah.
Anyway, hello there. We're gonna swap it today, and we're gonna swap today. Hi, I'm Kristen.
I'm Hayden.
And we're here at the hangar to bring you our May passport. That was really weird. Let's not do
Try it on for size. That's not bad.
Let's not do that.
No, that was good. We're gonna use that take. I'm not gonna say anything about it. It's Monday. We're really tired. I'm very overcaffeinated. I've had like 4 shots of espresso in a mocha pot and a half. It's gonna be a great day.
It's always
gonna be a great day, guys.
It always makes for a fun combination when we're overtired and overcaffed.
Yeah, which is most days.
Most days.
Most days. Anywho, we have new coffee this month, and we're super psyched about it.
Yeah.
You actually, some of you who've been around for a while might recognize this a little bit. This coffee is from Honduras, and it's La Paz. This is a staple that we had, or it once was a staple, a few years ago. We took it off the menu because
we like to have variety.
Yeah, we like to have variety, and like coffee, similar to wine and like different vintages will have different profiles. This coffee that we used to get pretty regularly, it started changing in profile, and we're like, still really good, not what we're looking for that selection. But when we were looking at passport selections coming up, we saw this one coming back in stock. We're like, oh, hey, we haven't tried that in a while. And we snagged it, and
we tried it, and it was really, really good.
It's really, really nice.
We were very, like, we'd been, every time we see it come back, we would try it and just see if we liked it again.
Yeah.
And this is, while I wasn't here when it was originally on, I have had this one, and I loved it. So this was nice to kind of go back to that. I feel like this is one of those coffees that everyone has fond memories of. So,
yeah. So if this was before your time, so this was, I think the last time we had this was probably about 4 years ago.
It was literally right before I joined.
Yeah.
I think probably by a few months.
Yeah, probably. So not all of you might recognize this coffee, but few of our OGs probably will, and I hope that you're excited because we're really excited to bring it back. She's a good one, and she comes from a cool spot. Do you want to talk about the co-op where this comes from, or do you not read the info packet?
Really? You have to call me out like that?
I mean, I only read it 20 minutes ago.
I was gonna say, you wanna talk? You wanna talk? No, I did not read the info packet.
This coffee comes from a co-op called COMSA. That's capital C, capital O, capital M, capital S, capital A. That stands for Café Orgánico Marcala, SA. It's an organic co-op based in Honduras. While this coffee was grown organic from that co-op, we do not have an organic certified facility. So it's not technically organic. We can't sell as a certified organic, but this was grown organically. So if that's something that you look for or is important to you, you can definitely take that to the bank. What's
interesting about, and I wanted to talk about this too, just organically grown, especially coffees, a lot of the farmers, it's hard to invest in that certification. So that's why I never put too much value on it, but a lot of farmers will still go by those standards. They just don't always have the certification for it, which I always find very interesting.
Yeah, the organic certification, it's a really interesting certification. It does some really good stuff, but it is quite an expensive certification for a farmer to have. So especially if it's
years to get too.
Yeah, and it's like repeat inspections. So the fact that COMSA was able to organize, I think it was like 62 farmers
62,
got together. Really big step, really awesome idea for a co-op, but basically all these farmers saying like, hey, we can't individually get the certification, so we're gonna partner together and pool all of our resources and make it happen.
The definition of community.
Yeah, exactly. So a really fantastic co-op. It's also been responsible for assisting with the building of schools, paying teacher salaries for those schools, as well as building kitchens inside those schools to feed the community kids who attend them. So yeah, it's a really good coffee, a really great co-op. We're super happy to bring it back.
Well, I think what I like about this coffee is it kind of ties in line with how the Congo put a lot of good back into the community.
Yeah.
So very, very similar vibes, and I think we're going to be exploring that more as we journey on through finding new origins.
Yeah. So. As we've gotten better at picking out coffees for this program, it has been kind of one of our unspoken like ideas to really try to find co-ops that are just doing good in their community. Coffee has for decades and decades been an overlooked commodity, and a lot of the coffee producing countries, they don't really have a lot going on. They get pennies on the dollar for their crops, so it's really exciting to see co-ops that can really band together and put some really fantastic things back into the community because of it.
That being said,
ooh. Cheers.
yep,
That's nice.
yep.
This coffee, it's very comforting. I think it's really nice for this time of year because like it is.
It's that bridge. It's the bridge between like mid-spring, not quite into summer. It's just the mid-season. So
Yeah, it's like sunny in the daytime, a little bit chilly at night. Pretty versatile to drink throughout the day. This does really great as a flash brew.
oh my god, yes.
If you're a home
Really,
barista,
really.
this actually makes a pretty decent single origin espresso shot.
Yes, it does.
Back in the day when we did have this, we would have that on single origin espresso, and when our former manager and I were having bad days, we would pull a shot of espresso from it, dump that into a pour over, and call it a spazzy pazzy.
Oh my sweet lord.
It was really good, honestly.
Oh my sweet lord.
Yeah, I'm not like really a red eye guy anymore, but like that one did pretty good. I could use one right now, honestly. All right, what are we tasting this guy?
All right, there's a few. And this was another one that I feel like the further we get along with this, the more we go back and forth, because just chameleon coffees, because as you do different sample roasts to try and find what iteration you want, you get different profiles, or certain notes will be more forward than others. But for this one, I still think out of the gate it is that chocolate note. So we have a nice like semi-dark chocolate note. We've gone back and forth between do we want just chocolate or do we want chocolate and we'll touch on that. But to me, this is a nice smooth dark chocolate, and again with the mentioning what kind, like it's a smooth temper, you can feel the silkiness of it, but it's still like 62% red forward anyway.
Yeah, it's a very it's a very comforting chocolate without being super warm. It's not like a crazy heavy body.
Yeah.
It is just like it's a nice bite of chocolate.
Almonds. So we'd gone back and forth between chocolate or chocolate covered almonds. So, but we settled on having them as distinct separate notes because this is a nice roasted almond, and I'm going to see. So you talked about the origins, everything. I'm going to talk about the tasting notes then. Save fair trade. So
It's
this is getting into specific types. There's something called the Marcona almond, which is what was used more in like fine dining, nicer salads, nicer chocolates. It's a very distinct, like nice round shape and has a distinct, like rich buttery nutty versus like your run-of-the-mill almonds. It's like, it's okay, they're good. This is a very nice, it lends to the body as well. So that's, hey, the fact that my aunt made a salad for Easter and I'm like, are these Marcona almonds? She looks at the bag and says, yeah, how did you, don't ask. I've worked with them too long. But no, it's just chocolate, good dark chocolate, good, well harvested almonds. And
there's definitely a fruitiness in there for sure.
And we've gone back and forth between this as well. We were like, is it a distinct fruit, or one of the sample roasts, and it is very prominent in our main roast, is pink Starburst.
So originally we had, like when we were selling this back in the day, we had strawberry as a note of it. That strawberry is there, but it's more of a confectionery strawberry. Not exactly artificial, but it has that kind of sticky, sweet, very sugary type of palate that you might expect from a pink Starburst.
And it's just very pink.
It is a very pink coffee. Yeah, it's very, very pink for our synesthesia homies.
Wait, I didn't break out the color palette for this one. I was very close. I feel like a few of them recently, I've literally broken out a ace color wheel, or if it's like, hey, we get this color, I'm like, okay, so which shade is it?
She has.
You know, you gotta keep it interesting.
Yeah.
Arguing over colors at 7:30 in the morning.
So definitely stop by the cafe, get a pour over of this, get it iced if you like an iced pour over, because it does really well with that, and then go for a little stroll. Listen to what's going on, look at the flowers, any critters that might be out, and enjoy your springtime.
And if you want, same rules apply. This is, now we are rolling into year 2 of our passport program, so the same rules apply. You can subscribe online, you can do all in one shot, you can just do one bag if one bag strikes your fancy over another, and if you do subscribe, you get lovely little book, and we are still adding to this one. And
We still got some space.
we got a little space. I don't know if we're gonna have a full 2 years in here, but
Nah, I think so.
nah, it's like a year and a half worth.
Yeah.
But it's fun, and the sticker this month is also really, really fun. So you'll get a little sticker with that as well, and you can also buy the bags in store because we'll keep you well stocked.
Always.
Yeah.
I think that's about it.
Yeah. So from our nerdy hearts to your cups, enjoy.